morning, everyone. This is W2BLT in Buffalo, New York, and this is the Morning Brew for the 4th of September, 2025. I'll be your host for the first hour with Dickie on the log, and then we'll turn it over to Bill this morning, N2BH from Belmont, and he'll take you out through the second hour. This is net number 1043 for those keeping score. And just a couple announcements. Don't forget at 10 a.m. this morning, we have the 20-meter net with Roger and Randy and everybody. That's on 14.317. That's at 10 o'clock this morning. Stop in and say hi to them. So tell them what's on your mind. Then tonight at 8 o'clock in the Zoom room, we have Ask the Elmer. All you new hams or even old hams that have questions, please stop in the Zoom room there and talk with them. There's no question too foolish to ask. Believe me, I've asked many foolish questions over the years. With that, let me acknowledge the text check-ins we have, and then we'll take some mobiles. We had WB2JPQ got on the list here first this morning. We had KA8BYU Roy, KC2NJV Wayne, W9QJQ Keith, VA3GLJ Greg, KQ9KX Paul, KD9YUZ Jimmy, W9AFK Adam, KM4WZD Joe, KE2EIO Michael, N3DQD Ray, N4RSM Richard, KB3EYR Greg, DE3XTD Eric, KC5CZX Daryl, N6QDY David, and W2KDC Dennis. All right, let's take some mobiles. If you're mobile, and please, only if you're mobile, come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Foxtrot 6 Hotel Delta Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 6 Hotel Delta Juliet. Mobile.
Victor Lima Kilo. November 2, Victor Lima Kilo, mobile, in and out, please.
Kilo Romeo 4, Echo X-Ray Victor. Kilo Romeo 4, Echo X-Ray Victor. Good morning.
W8NJT, Whiskey 8, November Juliet Tango.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there, recognizing from the bottom up, W8NJT Nick, KR4EXP John, N2VLK Jeff. Who's in and out, thanks for joining us. We had KF6 J. Brent and KK4KZZ Mark. Question of the day, everyone. I know we used this about a year ago, but it's been a year and half of you weren't here a year ago. In high school, did you generally walk to school, take a school bus? Were you driven to school or take public transportation? That's in high school, if you can remember back that far. Let's go to our first mobile, KK4KZZ, Mark in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm checking back in the memory banks. There's no short circuit, I guess. I actually drove. I did have a car back then. Never seemed to have a full tank of gas, though. That's another story. And hope everyone has a good day. KK4KZZ.
Alrighty, drive it is. Thanks for joining us, Mark, and have a great day. KF6HDJ, Brent, Pensacola, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning to everybody on the brew. Strange days when I can get in at the top. So go out and buy a Powerball today. The first couple years of high school, I took the school bus, and then once I got my license, I got to drive to school. Back to net, KF6HDJ. Everyone have a great day.
All right, thanks, Brent. Appreciate you joining us. KR4 EXV, John in High Springs, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, my answer's the same. 9th and 10th grade, bus, and my last 2 years, I got to drive. So, y'all have a great day. KR EXV. Back to
Alrighty, thanks. Yeah, most of us took the bus until we got our licenses, but most of us didn't get our licenses till later, so they probably took the bus more, I would imagine. W8NJT, Nick, out in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the net. Yeah, for me, it was 3.5 years on the bus, and then I got my license and had my own ride back and forth. W8NJT, back in net control.
Alrighty, thanks, Nick. Have yourself a good day and enjoy the rain. I think you're getting down there about now, I would imagine. Let me acknowledge Chuck W3CP there in Newcastle. Texted in just now. Let's go to the top of the text list. Let's see if he's in there. WB2JPQ, Dick, the Godfather. Good morning, Dick.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, Bill. I want you to know, Scott, I had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get on the text list to be first to beat Roy. So I've never texted in my life, but I wanted to see what it was like. So I got an appointment. I have to leave, but I wanted to get up to the top of the list. I guess I walked until I was 16, and then I hit a car. That was a long time ago. I think it might have been a Model A. Have a good day, everybody. See you tonight on Ask an Elmer, Be an Elmer. This is WB2JPQ.
Oh, Dick, walked to school. And I bet you it was 1.5 miles uphill each way. Have a good day, Dick. Thanks for joining us. And, geez, it was texting this morning. Who knows what's next? Maybe FT8. Appreciate you joining us. Have a good day. Next up, KA8BYU, Roy in Blaisdell. Good morning, Roy.
Everybody on the brew, KA8BYU. Yeah, well, like I said, I text in when the kids get me up. So, Dick got up earlier than they got up. And yeah, I took the school bus all through high school because parking permits were given out on a lottery system, and I wasn't lucky enough to get one, so couldn't drive to school. So I had to take the bus all the years of high school. Back to you.
Thank you, Roy. Have a good day, and thanks for joining us this morning. KC2NJV, Wayne in Belmore, New York. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, everybody. KC2NJV. I have walked a mile and a half to school, uphill both ways. I've taken public transportation to a school on the other side of the borough for high school, and I've gotten driven. So I've done 3 of the 4. Have a great day.
Alrighty, thanks. We'll put you down for all of the above. Have a good day, and thanks for joining us. W9QJQ, Keith in Gleason, Wisconsin. Good morning. And in high school, did you mostly walk, take a bus, get driven, or take public transportation?
Well, Scott, let's see, the first year, well, we only had 3 grades in high school back when I went to school. It was 10th, 11th, 12th. So in the first half year, I walked, and then once I got my driver's license, and I drove. So that's my answer there. Everybody have a good morning.
Alrighty, Keith, thanks for joining us. Have a good day. VA3 GLJ, Greg up in Cartier, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, and good morning to the brew crew. Currently 41 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. Answer to your question, living in a small town in northeastern Ontario, we walked. The majority of the town walked to high school. Everybody have a great day in 73. VH3 to LJ, back to net.
Alrighty, thanks, Greg, and I know where the cold front is now. I'm sitting at 65 here in Buffalo, and you're down to 41. That's cool. KQ9, KX, Paul in LaPointe, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and everybody else. Well, for over 50% of my high school time I had my license, I will say I drove my own car. Have a great Thursday. KQ9.
All right, thank you, Paul. Have yourself a fine day. KD9, YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the brew there. Well, my sophomore year I took the bus, and then junior and senior year I drove. Everybody have a great weekend. KD9, YUZ, back to net.
Thanks, Jimmy. Have yourself a fine day. W9, AFK, Adam, Downers Grove, Illinois. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. To drive to school, you needed a parking permit because of the limited spaces. So we walked. We walked through the snow. We walked through the rain. We walked through the ice. We walked on nice days. So if there was 6 feet of snow, we walked. So kids today, they don't want to walk. Gosh, they just cancel school. W9 AFK, back to net.
All right, thanks, Adam, and that's a whole nother discussion there. Have a good day. KM4 WZD, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Good morning, Joe.
Morning, Scott. Morning, Vicky. Morning to the crew. I rode the bus, bus 246. Driver's name was Jane, and we listened to 102.5 WDVE every morning on the way in. I remember it well. Everybody take care. 7-3. It's KM4 WZD. Back to net.
Well, I rode a bus for 4 years in high school, and they never played the radio for us. I feel slighted now. Have a good day, Joe. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to KE2 EIO, Michael down in Elman, New York. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. I rode the bus, and they played WKBW out of Buffalo on the radio. I remember that back in the 60s. It's KE2 EIO, 73 to everybody, and everybody have a good day and back to that. Thank you.
All righty, thanks, Michael. That's what we used to listen to for the school closings back then, which were few and far between. Have a good day. Let's go to N3, DQD, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray. This is W2BLT.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew in there this morning. Well, we are now back home in Beaver, Pennsylvania. We were in Horseheads, New York for the last 8 days, but now we are back home. Attended a residential school, so all I had to do was walk downstairs. Back to net. This is N3DQD.
Alrighty, walked it is. Thanks for joining us, Ray, and hope you had a good time up here in Horseheads. Next up, N4 RSM, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning. N4 RSM, are you still with me? Moving right along, let's go to 83 EYR, Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Everyone on the Brew Crew this morning. This is KB3EYR. And it was about split in half for me. The first 2 years I rode the bus, and then once I got my license, I drove myself. So back to that control. Have a great day.
All righty. Thanks for joining us, Greg. Appreciate it, and you have yourself a good day. VE3XTD, Eric in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. And it was a lovely 45-minute ride on public transit. One of those things. I don't like to remember it. Back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Eric. Public transportation it is. Next up, Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC5CZX. Good morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning, Scott and the rest of the brew. KC5CZX. I got a hardship license at 16, so I was driving myself to school at 16. I was a freshman at the time. I was the only freshman that had my own car. They didn't even have parking spots for me. I had to get a parking spot from the church next door. So back to net, KC5CZX.
All right, Daryl, I bet you the guy is a freshman. Have a good day. N6QDY, David in Sacramento, California. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew Crew, and everybody in the Zoom control room, N6QDY, on assignment down here in Timbuktu. To answer your question, I drove to school. Everybody have a great day. Keep these firefighters in your prayers. N6QDY clear. Take care.
W2 KDC Dennis in Dansville, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the brew. I took public transportation to school for the first 2 years. We just had 3 years in high school. And then I walked home. Public transportation, because that gave me a few more minutes. I could sleep in the morning before I had to get around. Senior year, I had a car and drove. So that's my story. W2, KGC, back to net control.
A great day. All right, let me acknowledge some more text check-ins, and then we'll take radio check-ins. We had KI4EGQ Bill, K1MCOJ, W4PPX Don, DA3YBS Bill, K8BACL, WD8KOB Rod, KQ4UAM Kevin. Who else do we have looking to join us out there this morning? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
KK7GY. Kilo Echo 2. KK7GY. KO4CLD, KO4CLD.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Kilo Delta 2, Yankee Uniform Yankee. KD2, YUY.
Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Kilo November 4, Romeo Whiskey. Kilo November 4, Romeo Whiskey.
is Kilo Julia 5 Delta India Tango. Echo 8 Papa Mike Kilo, Kilo Echo 8 Papa Mike Kilo, Chuck in and out Allen Park. 2 Tango Victor, Kilo 2 Tango Victor.
Papa, Kilo Foxtrot 4 Oscar Uniform Papa, in and out this morning.
Alrighty, let's cut it off there. Let me recognize who we got and see if we didn't get anybody. We had KF4 OUP, Byron was in and out. We had K2TV, then we had KE8 PMK, Chuck was in and out as well. Thanks for joining us. We had KJ5 DIT Matthew, KR4 CXR Samuel, KN4RW Rudy. We had KC3 FGT Ray, KC3LAB Mike. We had KD2 YUI Charles, N4 RAD Roger, KO4 CLD Micah, KK7DY Clark. Was there anybody that we missed in there? Please come with your call sign twice.
Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Charlie Kilo. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Charlie Kilo, mobile.
Charlie 3, Foxtrot Tango. Charlie 3, Zulu Foxtrot Tango, mobile.
W4HKL, Whiskey 4, Hotel Kilo Lima, mobile. Please check me in and out. I'm about to work.
Kilo Romeo 4, Tango Lima Hotel. Kilo Romeo 4, Tango Lima Hotel.
Alrighty, we're going to hold it up there before we get too many on here. We had KR4 at TLH, Tony in North Carolina. We had KQ4EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, just came in by the text. We had W4HKL, Steve, arriving at work down in Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us, Steve. We had KC3ZFT, Robert in Havertown, Pennsylvania, new to the system. We had KE2, CCK, Matt in Frankfurt, and the rest of them I acknowledged. Let's go to the mobiles here before they get out of range. Believe KC3LAV, Mike and Lidditz, were you mobile? Good morning.
This is KC3LAV, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. No, I'm not mobile, but thank you very much. And we did half and half, an hour ride on PTC in Philadelphia, or rides with friends senior year, sophomore year, all that stuff. Thank you. Have a great day. We're not mobile. We're clear. And good to hear EYR in there and FGD in there. Yes, sir, Bob. Thank you again. We're clear.
Alrighty, thanks, Mike. Have yourself a fine day. Let me remind everybody the question of the day is, in high school, generally, did you walk, take a school bus, drive, or take public transportation? Let's see. We got a couple of our mobile here. KE2 CCK, Matt in Frankfurt, New York. Good morning, Matt.
Hey there. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well today. You please remind me of the question this morning.
Yeah, the question is, in high school, generally, did you walk, take a school bus, drive, or take public transportation?
I drove myself during high school, but before that, I took public transportation. But from, let's see, I want to say 10th grade, I started driving. This is KE2 CCK, back to that.
Alrighty, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you joining us. And the other mobile we have in there is KC3 ZFT, Robert in Havertown, Pennsylvania. Looks like you're new to the system. Good morning.
Yeah, new to the system. Good morning, and good morning to everyone on the net. Give it a short time. To jump on this net. Now, going to school, it was I walked most of the time until I got a car, and then I was able to drive. But the bad part was the bus was literally 3 houses away from me, away from the school. But the bus driver was strict about the 2-mile thing, and I was under 2 miles. They wouldn't take it on the bus. So I had to walk if I didn't have a vehicle.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, and glad we caught you before you got out of range of that repeater there. Next up, at W3CVE, Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the brew there. Took the bus there, Scott. Have a great day. W3CVE.
Thanks, Chuck. Have a good day. KI4EGQ, Bill in Woodstock, Georgia. Morning, Bill. KI4EGQ, are you still with me, Bill? Moving right along, let's go down to Jay in Orlando, Florida, K1MCO. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew Crew. This is K1MCO, live from the Orlando airport. I went to school. It was so nearby, a couple blocks down the road, so I did walk to high school. Everybody have a great day, Scott. Nice to hear you, and 7-3, K1MCO.
Thanks for joining us, Jay. Always a pleasure. W4PPX down in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning. W4PPX, are you still with me, Don? We'll come back to Don. I think he might be having a little trouble there. Let's go to VA3YBS, Bill in Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Bill. In high school, did you mostly walk, take a bus, get driven, or take public transport? VA3YBS, Bill in Dunnville. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. This is Bill, VA3YBS in Dunnville. I grew up in a small town, lived about 8 blocks away from the school, so I walked every day. Anyway, 73 to everybody, and back to net control.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us this morning, Bill. Let's go back up and see if Don W4PPX is in there. I saw the Hollywood repeater come up.
Hey, good morning, Scott, everybody on the Brew Crew. Most of the time I walked, but when I got into high school, I got a Triumph motorcycle, so I drove from then on. Back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Don. This is W2BLT. Next up, K8BAC, one of your hosts here on the Morning Brew. Al up in Britain, Michigan. Morning, Al.
Yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Brew Crew.
I guess if you had one answer, it'd be drive, but technically all three, because when I first started high school, I lived out in the middle of nowhere, drove a bus. Then I moved right across the street from the school. So all I had to do was step out the front door and I was there. And then by the time I turned 16, I moved somewhere else and I drove the rest of the time. So I guess if you say drive, that'd be about accurate. Back to you, Scott. Everybody have a great day. KBAC.
Alrighty, Al, you have yourself a great day. WD8 KOB, Rod, Madison, West Virginia. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Net. Hope everyone's having a good old Thursday morning. And my answer would be I rode a school bus all 12 years. And I was the last pickup, but the bus was still 10 more miles to school. So a lot of times I got to stand in the aisle. Fun times. Anyway, thanks for reminding me. Back to Net, WD8 KOB.
Alrighty, thank you, Rod. And I don't know if they allow you to stand on the bus anymore these days with the seat belts and everything that they have. Have a good day. KQ4 UAM, Kevin in Interlaken, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. It would be, in high school, would be riding motorcycles, which ended up being a lifetime addiction. But yeah, I always started in high school with the smaller bikes. KQ4 UAM, back to the Net.
Alrighty, thank you. And I got to tell you, down where Dick lives down there in Eden, New York, there's been a day or two during the year where all the kids drive a tractor to school. It's hilarious. Have a good day. KK7DY, Clark in Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew Crew. I walked to high school, but it was only 1.25 miles, and it was never a hardship. I enjoyed it. KK7DY, back to the Net.
Alrighty, thank you, Clark. Walked it is. Have a good day. Next up, KO4 CLD, Micah down in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning. Well, being that this is specifically has to do with high school, I went up to 6th grade in public school, and then I homeschooled. So some days I would roll out of bed for my transportation, but then other days I would be picked up by a friend of the family to go do tile work. That was my, what do they call it, shop or trade school, all roll into one. So back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, Micah, I'm going to put down walked for you because you walked from the bed to wherever you studied. Have a good day, Micah. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, my buddy Roger. You're one of your hosts on the 20-meter net this morning at 10 o'clock. Oh, no, it's not. It's the other Roger. N4RHE. Sorry about that. In Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, Roger.
W2BLT, top of the morning to you, Scott. Clever cousin Vicky. November 4, Romy Teleco. Bus. Driver's name was Marvin. No radio. My mother on my 16th birthday took me to get my driver's license and relieve her of her chauffeur's duties. I then started to drive. Are you ready for some football, Scott? November 4, Roger Ham enthusiast. Return to net.
Oh, Roger, more than you'll ever know. I even started last weekend, watched 3 college games. Absolutely wonderful. My time of year. Thanks for joining us, Roger, and have yourself a great day. KD2YUY, Charles in Syracuse, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everybody listening on the Brew.
and put me down for bus, primarily bus. And it was a long drive. That bus would deliver kids to 2 different high schools, and I had to always go to the second one. So a long ride. 7-3L back to net control, KD2, YUY.
Thanks, Charles. They call that good use of public money. Have a great day. KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everyone on the brew. Well, the first 3 years I took the bus, and last year I drove. Hey, big shout out to my friend Mike down. Everyone have a great day. Back to net control.
I'm sorry, Ray, I didn't catch that answer. Could you give it to me again, please?
The first 3 years I took the bus, and the last year I drove myself.
Alrighty, thank you, Ray. I don't multitask well. Have a great day, and as always, appreciate you joining us. KN4, RW, Rudy in Smithfield, North Carolina. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, all. This is KN4RW. You can put me down with riding the bus. So basically all throughout my high school career there. So pass back next, Charlie. I have a wonderful day. 73 is KN4RW.
All right, thank you, Rudy. Appreciate you joining us this morning. KR4, CXR, Samuel in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone in the Brew Crew. I would have to say that I walked for the first few years and then drove myself. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you, Samuel. Have a great day as well. KJ5, DIT, Matthew in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Good morning.
Good morning. I walked from us to high school. We lived up in the little town up in the mountains of Utah called Eureka and attended a little school called Pintic. So, didn't live very far from it, and we walked, even the snow, whatever came. 73.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us. You have yourself a great day. Next up, K2TV, Bob in Fairfax, Virginia. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki and the crew. We walked. I lived about a mile from the school and walked. It was good exercise, that's for sure. Although we didn't really see it as exercise then. But good times. Everyone have a good day. This is K2TV.
Alrighty, thank you, Bob. Appreciate you joining us. Have yourself a good day. And last on this list, KR4, TLH, Tony, North Carolina. Good morning.
I've got a kind of a little different case. My first 2 years of high school, I rode the school bus. Then I got my bus license, and my last 2 years, I drove the school bus to school. So I actually got paid while I was in the high school to drive the school bus. This is KR4 TLH at Penn, North Carolina.
Well, I think you're the only one I've ever heard of that actually drove their school bus to school. That's cool. Have a great day. All right, folks, this is W2BLT. Let me acknowledge some text check-ins. We'll take some radios, check-ins, and we'll run them all. We had KQ4EFY, Tim, K2CMD, Mike, KB4D, Jeremy, KC2JZE, Bob, KD3ATQ, Jim, KE2EDS, Mark, KO4QMM, the other Roger, KD3AJN, Anna, and K4GDS, Gil. Who do we have out there who'd like to join us as well this morning? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
November 9 Echo Hotel Tango and RDHC. Good morning.
Kilo 5 Delta Delta Victor. Mobile.
Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Romeo. Portable mobile. Fort Bragg. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Romeo. Portable mobile.
Victor
Kilo Delta 2 November Lima Mobile. KD2NL Mobile.
Romeo Foxtrot.
N0TIS, N0TIS.
Blue Papa Tango, echoing mobile in and out. Good morning.
4 CKC.
November 2 India Sierra Kilo. November 2 India Sierra Kilo.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out.
Kilo. Kilo. Go back to mobile.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for a moment. That last one that said they were mobile. Could you come back with that call sign again, please?
Kilo 9 Delta Quebec Mobile. Kilo 9 Delta Quebec Mobile.
Alrighty, we better hold it up there for a moment and recognize these stations. We had Kilo 9 Delta Quebec. Al in Clarkston, Michigan was mobile. We had VA3 KTJ Jinsuk was in and out this morning. We had N2 ISK Bob. KR4 CKC Bill. KD5 ZPT Paul in Baton Rouge, Louisiana was in and out this morning. We had N0 TIS Otis, KD2NL Chip, VA3 CRF Bern. We had KE4 DER Bill in the mobile, K5 DDV Sean in the mobile, and N9 EHT Doug. Let's run this list. Let's go to the guys that are mobile. K5 DDV Sean in Cypress, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Brew. Good morning, everyone. I think the question was, I didn't hear it, but just from the answers, I think the question was, how did you get to school in the morning? Well, my first high school, I walked to school because we only lived about maybe a half a mile from the high school. I did that all the way up through my first senior year, high. My second senior year, I moved to Mississippi to live with my father and took the bus, and it was actually fun taking the bus because a lot of my friends was on it, including my girlfriend. So, and then after that, it was straight to the Army. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir, for running the net. Thank you for all y'all do, and y'all have yourself a blessed day. Take it easy, and if it is, take it twice. 73.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Sean. And yeah, the question of the day is, in high school, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or public transportation most of the time? Another mobile, KE4DER, Bill in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, KE4DER in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Right now, currently on Fort Bragg with my portable handheld in my mobile. At the annex, the pharmacy annex, have to go to the drive-thru. I don't know what the annex is closed for, but I've been 2 days trying to get my medication. But anyway, I was driven to school. I had a classmate that had a car, and he drove me all through the 4 years.
Alrighty, thank you, Bill. You were driven to school. You have yourself a great day. And the last one here, let's see, K9DQ, Al in Clarkston, Michigan. Good morning, Al.
Everybody on the crew. Initially, I was driven to high school, but eventually, senior year, I got to drive the AKA the tank, which was a Volvo, and I guess driven would be the answer. Have a great day, everybody. It's gloomy and raining here, but it'll cool down a little bit. That's a good thing. Back to net control, K9DQ.
Alrighty, thank you. I'm going to call on N0TIS because it looks like right now he's not busy. Good morning, Otis.
All right, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry I was a little bit busy there, but I'm okay. Let's see. I'm like that other guy that said he had a hardship at 16. I got my hardship at 17, and I was already working. I started working at a little convenience store, a little mom and pop place at 11. So I was always on the go. I've been working my whole life, but yeah, I took the hardship and I drove myself to school. I just didn't care for the buses like some people do. I mean, I was in them in junior high, but once I got to high school, I was done ski with that. That was over with. So anyway, so yes, put me down for a yes. N0TIS. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks for joining us. Fun watching somebody else work, too. Have a good day. Let's go to the top of this list. KQ4EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning.
Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, and I either drove or was driven in high school. Back to net control.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, Tim, and have a great day. Next up, Mike, one of our team members here, K2CMT down in DeBerry, Florida. Good morning, Mike.
Listening to the brew this morning. Then during high school, Scott, I walked to school, and it was uphill both ways. Everyone have a great day. K2CMT.
Alrighty, Mike. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have a good one. KB4D, Jeremy in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Belated happy birthday to Vicky. I rode the bus first, and then I started driving to school whenever I was in high school. And then I got in trouble and went right back to riding the bus because that's kind of the way it went sometimes. 73, KB4D.
Got in trouble. That's beautiful. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. KC2JZE, Bob in Hamburg, New York. Good morning.
Good morning. I rode the bus to school, and then after I graduated, over the years, I drove a school bus part-time to supplement my income, and when I retired, I drove it for 12 more years, full-time. Have a great day, everybody. KC2JZE.
Good job. Thanks for joining us, Bob. KD3ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. I took the bus to school. Back to net control, KD3ATQ.
Alrighty, thank you, Jim. Next up, Mark, one of your hosts on the open mic night here on East Coast Reflector. KE2EDS in Elma, New York. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Vicky and the rest of the crew. I took a bus. School's about 9 miles away, so no walking there. Have a great day and enjoy. KE2EDS, back to that.
All righty, got it, Mark. Have yourself a great day. Next up, now we have your host of the 20-meter net this morning at 10 o'clock, KO4 QMM, Roger in Umatilla, Florida. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew. Yeah, it was funny. I was just sitting down here getting ready to text my call sign in, and you called me. I was like, holy cow, maybe you knew what I was thinking. That was pretty funny. But, yeah, I did all three going to high school. I bicycled, bussed, and drove. So I did all three, and I've been checking out propagation. Starting to look pretty good on 20 meter. I was listening to the Australian net there, and I could hear people calling in from Michigan. Shoot, they were 5 over 9. So, and I don't even have the hex beam pointed that way yet. So, looking good. Hope to hear you in there. Hear you too, Mike. Hope you can get in there, K2CMT. This is KO4QMM, Roger Clear.
All righty, thank you, Roger. Have yourself a good day, and we'll be listening. This is W2BLT. Next up, KD3AJN, Anna, down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Juliet Papa Delta, 2 Echo 0. Juliet Papa Delta.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew in there this morning. Answer to your question, I lived at the school, so all I had to do was get up and walk. So that was my answer. KD3AJN. Have a great day.
Well, you as well, Anna. And there were times when I wished I could have just got up, gone downstairs. By golly, have a good day. K4 GDS, Gil in Orlando, Florida. Morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the brew. And I'm coming to you from Fresno, California this morning, proving you can take the man out of the time zone, but you can't take the time zone out of the man. I keep waking up early out here, enjoying my daughter's wedding tomorrow evening. And as far as high school, I took the bus the first 3 years and drove the last year. K4 GDS, back to net.
Well, Gil, you enjoyed that wedding, and I hope you're enjoying nice weather out there in Fresno. Appreciate you joining us. N9 EHT, Doug in New Caney, Texas. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I either rode a bicycle or hitched a ride my high school years. Back to net and 98.6.
All right, thanks, Doug. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great one. Vern, VA3CRF up in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada. It might be getting wet about now. Morning, Vern. And in high school, did you walk, take a bus, drive, or take public transport?
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Scott, you hit the nail on the head. I'm out walking in the rain. It's a little lighter than it was earlier, though. We had quite the sound and light show blow through here about an hour ago. Temperature's 62. The rain is light. In terms of the question, much like my buddy Mike in DeBerry, I walked to school, so I always took Shank's mare. Of course, it was uphill both ways. And like yourself, Scott, generally speaking, the temperatures were minus 40 and it was driving snow. Anyway, hope everyone has a good day. Stay dry, Scott. VA3 CRF.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Vern. And it hasn't quite hit here yet. I'm waiting for it, though. Have a good day. PD2NL, Chip down in Cincinnati, New York. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. In high school, I walked or rode my bike, and then when I got old enough and had my license, I drove. So I'll say 73, y'all have a good day, and back to net. KD2NL Mobile.
Thanks, Chip. Appreciate you joining us. KR4, CKC, Bill in the Villages down in Florida. Good morning, Bill.
We can't break it up. So, every day when I walk Brooklyn, so I
Well, Bill, I don't know, but you were coming in and out of there and really couldn't copy it too well. But have yourself a great day, and thanks for joining us anyway. Let's go to N2 ISK, Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Scott and crew. Yeah, well, high school, I drove most of it. I was the third generation to have my grandmother's 1954 Buick. It was a tank. I was the third generation owner, and she drove me in it when I was a kid, and I drove her in it when I grew up. So yeah, back then though, also in high school, they had behind the wheel driver education, which was actually pretty fun going around Jersey. So anyway, have a good day, N2SK.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Bob, and I appreciate you starting your day with us. Let me acknowledge some text check-ins here. I'll run them till I'm out of time. We had KC2GRN, Joel, W2AJR, Andy, K8BWK, Ben, N0CKV, Mark, W3ICQ, Bob, and KQ8U, Bob. Let's go to the top of this list. Question of the day: in high school, generally, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or take public transportation more? Let's go to KC2GRN, Joel in East Yaphank, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Morning Brew, KC2GRN. I was lucky enough to be able to drive to high school, so that worked out pretty good for me. Anyway, everybody have a great day, and thanks for what you guys do on the Morning Brew. KC2GRN, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Joel. Next up, W2AJR, Andy in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, Scott. Like Vern and Mike, I walked to school, but it wasn't 40 below, but there was 4 feet of snow. 7-3, everybody. Have a great day. Back to you, Scott.
Thanks, Andy. Have a good day, and appreciate you being here. Next up, Ben, K8BWK out in Oregon, Ohio. Good morning, Ben. K8BWK, are you still with me? I guess Ben got busy. Let's go to N0CKV, Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, rest of the brew crew, and everybody else on the net. You're really taxing my memory. I think I took the bus until I got a car. And 0CKV back to net.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us this morning, Mark. And that's going to do it for me, folks. Thanks to Vicki on the log this morning. And we're going to turn over to Bill, N2BH, and he'll take you out through the next hour. This is W2BLT. Everyone have a great day. So here's Bill.
Oh, thank you, Scott. We'll finish running this list. This is N2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York. Let's go to Bob, W3ICQ.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Vicki. I was fortunate enough to have a neighbor drive me in his old Model A Ford with wooden sides and a crank on the engine that he cranked up every morning to get the car going. Bob, back to the net, W3ICQ.
Delta, standing by.
We have a great day. Appreciate you checking in. Let's go to another Bob, KQ8U in Ecorse, Michigan. Good morning.
Morning, Bill, Vicki, and the rest of the crew. I lived right across the street from the high school, like 50 yards away, so I just walked. And when I drove, I still left the car in my driveway and walked over. Everyone have a good day. KQ8U, back to net.
Yeah, being that close, no sense even starting the motor. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Let's go up to Windsor. Tim, VE3TCS. Good morning.
Everyone, let me see. I walked. The school was about 2.5 miles away. Sometimes I walked. Taking the city bus wasn't worth it because it was halfway there. But then the principal started coming up the street, and he had one of those big old station wagons with the wood paneling on the side. And he'd have 2 kids in the front with him, 3 in the back seat, and then they had a well thing that opened up, and they got 2 more kids in the back. So he almost kind of ran a school bus. That was kind of neat. He was a neat fella. Anyhow, back to that.
Very good, Tim. The old Woody wagons. Very nice. Have a great day. Thank you for checking in. Let's go to Mike, N8HLN.
Good morning, Bill. The crew. It's a little cooler here in east side of Detroit this morning. Overcast. Back in high school, best of my recollection, I took the public transportation, the city bus. 73 to all, back to net, N8HLN.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you being here. Milton, WP4VW. Good morning.
Good morning, mi amigo, to you and everybody listening. WP4 Victor Whiskey. Live from Houston Intercontinental Airport today. Well, I didn't have that luxury because I lived within a mile from the school. So my mom used to take us to school, but in the afternoon, rising, shine, and raining and thundering, we had to walk home. I didn't have that luxury back then. But hey, it is what it is, you know. Show me a list. And lastly, celebrating another turn around the sun, and it is 52. Back to you, Net Control 73. Thank you for what you do. Adios. That's it for Victor Whiskey.
Oh, thank you, Milton. Hope you have a great day. Ron, WA2WWK.
Good morning. Whiskey Alpha 2, Whiskey Kilowatt. Well, I had a walk, and we crossed some large fields, and then railroad tracks, and finally got to the back of the school. But didn't have a bus and didn't have anybody to take me to school. But that's okay. We had some good times with all the neighborhood friends, WK. Very good, Ron. Yeah, you never forget the kids you went to school with, rode the bus with, and that. And hope you have a great day. Jeff, KE8SMN.
Good morning, Brew Crew. This is KE8SMN. High school for me was a bus ride. KE8SMN back to net.
Yeah, very good, Jeff. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you checking in. Rick, N5GI.
Well, good morning, Bill, Vicki, and the rest of the Brew Crew. Wonderful day here in the villages, clear blue skies and nice cool temps. When I was in high school, I drove the school bus to school, so that's kind of unique. But in South Carolina, when you were 16, you could drive the school bus and get paid for it. So I did that, and it was a wonderful thing. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful rest of their day and a great weekend. N5GI, back to net.
Very good, Rick. Yeah, that's unique. I never heard of that, and had to be pretty interesting. Hope you have a great day. We'll acknowledge one more text check-in. We have Anthony, W2AJV. Just make some quick announcements, and then we'll take some mobile check-ins. Let's see, 10 o'clock this morning, 20 meter net, 14.317. Friday, 8 o'clock, youth net. Bring your children, grandchildren, whoever. They enjoy third-party traffic. Try to get the kids involved. And Saturday morning, 4 or 5, the 40 meter net, 9 a.m. And Saturday night, 11 p.m. trivia net. And I believe tonight is the Ask an Elmer in the Zoom room. See, we also have K4KU, but let's take some mobile check-ins. Mobiles only, call signs twice.
No, Juliet Papa Delta, personal wrong, standing by.
Whiskey 5, Charlie Sierra, Z Sierra, Whiskey 5, Sierra, Z Sierra, mobile.
All right, let's hold it up there. We'll acknowledge Ron, 2E0JPD, Steve, W5SZS, and Justin in the mobile, KQ4CTP. And we'll go to Justin. In high school, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or take public transportation?
Good morning, all. In high school, I drove to school. And with that, I'll send it back to you, 73 to all, this is KQ4CTP.
Very good, Justin. Appreciate you being here, and hope you have a great day. See, via the text line, we have Vince, KR4EMM. Let's take some general check-ins. Call signs twice and orderly, please.
Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot, Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot, Bravo Mike, mobile.
Record 3, Tango Golf, November. Vector Echo 3, Tango Golf, November. Tip, Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo, Victor Hotel. Victor Alpha 3, Bravo, Victor Hotel. Brian in Leamington, Ontario, Canada. QRU.
KD4 QIP, Kilo Delta 4, Quebec, India, Papa.
VK4, Alpha Victor November, Victor Kilo 4, Alpha Victor November.
K8 UFM, K8 UFM, good morning.
KF8 DJQ, KF8 DJQ. All right, we'll hold up there. We'll acknowledge this list. Via text line, we have Scott, KY4NB. We have Kevin, KF8 DJQ. Randall, K8 UFM. Alan, VK4 AVN. Bart, KD4 QIP. And just want to verify VA3 BVH, is that correct?
Roger that, Net Control. Victor Alpha 3, Bravo, Victor Hotel.
Okay, Brian, we'll get back to you shortly here. We have Perry, K4PJM, Tim, VE3 TGN, Joseph, KB0 VKL, Jose in the mobile, KO4 FBM, Vince, KR4 EMM. I think we acknowledge everybody else. Let's go to Jose. In high school, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or public transportation? KO4 FBM.
Good morning, Bill, Nikki, and the rest of the Morning Brew. I used to have a vehicle. My grandma bought me a car, brand new. But the high school was so close to me that I'm still walking. I walked through elementary school, junior high, and high school. Never drove a vehicle. Back to you, Bill.
Yeah, very good, Jose. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you being here. And this is N2BH, Bill in Pelier, New York, filling in for Dick today. And Dick will cover my shift tomorrow morning. And we have Vicky on the log, KE8VKY. Let's go up to Anthony, W2AGV. Good morning.
Good morning. This is D2, Alpha Julie Victor. And it's nice to check in with the net. And I either walk to high school or I was driven. Back to net control, W2AGV, 7-3 clear.
Yeah, very good, Anthony. Appreciate you checking in. Hope you have a great day. Up next, one of our team members, Jason, K4KU. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bill, and everybody on the Morning Brew today. And high school, man, that brings back some memories. But I was on the bus most of the time. My very last year, I did get a pickup truck from my grandfather. It was so old and almost broken down, I was almost embarrassed to drive it as it clacked around the street. And with that, I'll say have a great day, everyone. This is K4KU, back to net control.
Yeah, very good, Jason. Yeah. Same thing here. I got my license and drove my senior year and had a 66 pickup truck. That thing burned more oil than it did gas. Let's go to Ron, 2E0JPD. JPD, Ron, you still with us?
Okay, my friends, I am with you, and your network is doing great. Okay, school. What school? When I went to school in 1939, my father was with the fire brigade in London, and he used to come home and say to us boys, don't go to school today, lads. It's not there. And this happened on 3 or 4 occasions throughout the war. So, what school, what transport, I don't remember. Back to you, Control.
Very good, Ron. Yeah, it had to be something else, and appreciate you checking in, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Steve, W5SZS. W5SZS. Steve, you with us? Nothing heard. Let's go to Vince, KR4EMM.
Good morning, everyone. When I guess it was the senior year I drove. Prior to that, I had taken a bus. And Vicki, I wanted to sing the happy birthday song to you yesterday, but I was afraid I was going to blow fuses on everybody's station, so I didn't. Anyone, have a great day. Enjoy, and talk soon. This is KR4EMM. Back to the net. Thank you.
You got her to smile. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you checking in with us. Joseph, KB0VKL.
KB0VKL, Joe in Eastern Iowa. Good morning, everybody. Well, an answer to the question was, I got there by any means necessary, because if I didn't, my father would have my tail when I got home. I walked for a while. I even hitchhiked, rode my bicycle, caught the city bus, rode my motorcycle, and then when I finally got my 70 SWL, I took it to school, so I had to get there one way or another. Everyone have a great day. KB0VKL.
Very good, Joseph. We'll put you down in the y'all column. And, yeah, you see pictures of high school back in those days. It's like a modern-day car show. Kind of wish you still had them. Have a great day. Let's go up to Windsor. Tim, VE3TGN.
Morning, everybody. Tech Control, Vicky, and Jeffrey. I used to go to high school at public city bus there. It was called the Ottawa route there between East Windsor and right in front of the school. City bus stand is the answer there. The E3TG out and back to Control 7312.
Oh, thank you, Tim. I hope you have a great day yourself and appreciate you being here every day. Let's go to Perry, K4PGM.
Well, good morning, Bill and Vicki and everybody on the brew. Mine's a little complicated. I guess I kind of did most of them, but for the most part, I was on the bus. Let's go with the bus, because then for a year was driven, and a year I drove myself, but we'll go with bus this time. Everybody have yourself a great day. K4PGM, back to net.
Oh, thank you, Perry. I hope your day goes well and appreciate you being here. Brian, VA3BVH up in Leamington, Canada. Looks like you're new to the system. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Net Control, and everybody else aboard. Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Victor Hotel here. Just starting the workday from home. I'm in wholesale electrical and electronic sales, so just started from the home office this morning. Got a meeting at 10. Yeah, just figured I'd pop on and check out the net this morning. Thanks for having me aboard. Yes, new to the system, new to Hams Over IP, so we're a lot of our local guys in Windsor, Leamington, and the surrounding area are jumping aboard, checking it out. So, okay, so high school. High school wasn't all that long ago for me. I graduated in 2007. I'll give you an idea of how old I am. I went to a private high school, and I was driven in a carpool for the first 2 or 3 years, and I do remember my senior year, I was able to take my mom's car out a few times to the school and drive. So back to you, Net Control. Thanks for being there, and maybe we'll catch you again soon. 7-3s, have a good one.
Well, thank you for joining us, Brian. You're sounding real good, and you should get a welcome letter from us. Looks like you have an email on QRZ that's public, and if you go to eastcoastreflector.com, that's a website. You see what we're all about, and we're here Monday through Friday, except for holidays, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and hope you become a regular. Let's go to Bart, KD4 QIP.
Good morning to the net. I had an older brother who drove me until I was able to buy my first vehicle, a 1972 pop-up camper van, Volkswagen. And still to this day, I think one of my most favorite vehicles I've had. Back to the net.
Very good, Bart. Kind of a unique vehicle for a high school kid to have. Hope you have a great day. Appreciate you checking in. This N2BH, Bill and Palmyra, New York, along with Vicky, KE8VKY. Filling in for Dick today, and Dick will take my shift tomorrow morning. Let's go to Alan, VK4AVN over in Australia.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Vicky, and everyone else on the Brew Crew. I caught the train and public transport for my years of schooling. VK4AVN, back to Net Control.
Very good, Alan. Thank you for joining us, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Randall, K8UFM, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. This is K8UFM. That would be walking. And with that, back to Net Control. This is K8UFM. Everyone have an outstanding day.
Thank you, Randall. Hope you have a good day as well, and appreciate you being here. Kevin, KF8DJQ.
Good morning to everybody on the Morning Brew today. Started out walking, went to vocational school, took the bus, and then ended up driving. KF8DJQ, back to Net Control.
Very good, Kevin. Hope you have a great day, and thank you for checking in. Scott, KY4NB, good morning.
Well, good morning, Bill, and Miss Vicky, and Brother Radville, and everybody on the Brew Crew. Let's see, KY4NB here, Elvis Barbecue Land, where Elvis did not have a car until he graduated from high school, and Elvis bought a 55 Cadillac after he graduated. So we're assuming Elvis walked to school. On the other hand, I had a Mercury Bobcat for a few years there, or got a ride occasionally. And one year I lived in Australia when I was 16 in high school, so we took the train, so different modes there of transportation. Thanks to Miss Vicky behind the scenes there, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for doing it, Bill. Net Control this time around. KY4NB, back to Net.
Very good, Scott. We'll put you in the all column. Hope you have a great day. Bill, KI5PMI, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Everybody on the brew. I drove a car to high school. Rest of the day, just a little work. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI. Back to net.
Very good, Bill. Hope you have a good day. We'll acknowledge Mark, and for GPA, Russell, KE2GGD, Chuck, W2EM, Chris, WB5ITT, Scott, KO6IXN, Roy, W8ROY, and Joe, AJ0EF. Let's see, Roy's probably merging on the freeway. In high school, did you walk, take school bus, get driven, or public transportation? W8ROY, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to hear your voice. It's been a little while. Nice to have you. Let's see. I am getting ready to get right on the freeway here in a minute and see what kind of mess that is. But I drove to high school because it was too far. Hope everyone has a good Thursday and be safe out there. W8ROI back to Net Control.
Yeah, Mark, if that's you, you're not quite making it. If you want to try it again, and for GPA. Well, we'll come back to him. Let's go to Russell, KE2GGD.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, everyone. I was given a car when I was 16 and it didn't work. I rebuilt the motor, and after that, registered it, and then I drove to school. Back to net.
Yeah, very good, Russell. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you being here. Chuck, W2EM, good morning.
Brew crew here. For the most part, I rode the bus. So last year I got out early and I walked home, but you can put me down for the bus. Another nice day here in Western New York. 73 W2EM.
Oh, yes, it is. Hope you have a great day and appreciate checking in. Chris, WB5ITT, good morning.
Good morning, Bill, and everybody else on the Morning Brew from WB5ITT. Well, high school, it was kind of a mix. My sophomore year, rode with some friends for a while, and also the bus, when I found out that it stopped close to my house. Didn't know it did. And then I got my motorcycle license. I started riding that, at least until the heavy rains came one day, and that wool jacket suddenly weighed about 5 times more than it should by absorbing all that water on the ride home. And then in my junior, between sophomore and junior years, finally got my driver's license and got a car, and then after that drove myself until graduation. Drove my teachers crazy too. Anyhow, hope everybody's having a good morning. We're unfortunately going to be headed to a funeral today for a good friend in Elmer, K5SAC, Sierra Alpha Charlie. Norman passed away earlier this week, and unfortunately, I guess it was his time. And anyhow, that's all I have for this morning. WB5ITT, back to that.
know all about getting caught in the rain on a motorcycle. And I'm glad you're going to pay your respects, and sorry to hear about your friend, and thank you for checking in. Let's go to Scott, KO6IXN.
Good morning, Bill and Vicky and everybody else on the crew today. Hope everyone has a great day. And back to Net.
Scott, we lost you after having a good day. If you want to give us your answer again.
Sorry about that, Bill. Yeah, I was in boarding school, so I walked to school. KO6IXM.
Very good, Scott. Yeah, I don't know what happened. At first you had a little noise in the background, then we lost you, and this time you were full quieting. Hope you have a great day. Joe, AJ0EF.
Morning, Bill, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. I rode the bus all the way through high school. With that, I'll turn it back to Net Control. This is AJ0EF 73.
Very good, Joe. Hope you have a great day. Appreciate you being here. Listen to BH. Let's go to Guy, KJ5GUY.
Golf information. Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. As far as school was, it was kind of convenient, actually, for my father and me and my brother. We went to high school. It was only about 2 or 3 miles from where my father worked, so we rode in with him and rode home with him. And then, but during exam week, we usually took public transportation during that time. And I was a captain. I joined the Marines after high school. Anyway, let me send it back to you. Thanks for taking the call. This is KJ5 Golf Uniform Yankee, the KJ guy saying, Laissez le bon temps roule 73.
Very good, Guy. It seemed like that worked out well, and hope you have a great day. Up next, Carlos, N1CBM, our aeronautical mobile pilot.
Good morning, Bill, Vicky, and the always present rest of the crew here. It's nice, 80 degrees down here in South Florida, high overcast with a chance of 150% of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Just like yesterday, we needed a submarine instead of a car to drive around. Initially, I was riding back in the bus. I lived like 7.5 miles from school, and I was on a top of the mountain. So going down with a bike would have been a good deal, but not coming back. After that, we started the carpool, and I ended up with an old CJ5 that I got my hands on for the last year of high school. I'll send it back to you, Bill. It's nice to hear you on a Thursday, N1CBM.
Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, we started out this morning what tomorrow's high is going to be. We have a storm front coming through and some pretty good rain by the look of it. Hope you have a great day. Appreciate checking in. Let's go to Mike, K6AAN.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew crew. I drove myself to school, at least high school. As soon as I was old enough, I had a decent job at McDonald's, so had a few bucks and bought me a Ford Pinto and had me a ride to school. So you guys all have a good one. This is K6AAN.
Well, thank you, Mike. Hope you have a good day as well, and appreciate you being here. Let's go back up, see if Mark N4 GPA is around. Yeah, nothing heard. We'll put him in and out. We'll acknowledge Stephen, 82KP, via text line, and we'll take some general check-ins. Call signs twice.
Kansas City, Kansas.
Delta Whiskey 3.
2, Kilo Alpha Kilo, Kilo Delta 2, Kilo Alpha Kilo, in and out. Echo 7, Whiskey Tango, Watertown, New York, in and out.
Delta Whiskey 3, Hotel Lima India, check in, check out. Delta Whiskey 3, Hotel Lima India, check in, check out.
KE2EHI, Kilo Echo through Echo Hotel India, in and out.
Kilo 5, Juliet Lima Kilo, K5JLK, in and out.
KQ4 PYF, Eli Hinton, North Carolina, in and out. Morning.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
Let's hold up here a second, acknowledge this list. We had a KQ4 with an F. Could you give us your call sign again? KQ4 station had an F in the suffix. Could you give us your call sign?
Yeah, net control, that was Eli Hinton, KQ4 PYF, Kilo Quebec 4, Papa, Yankee Foxtrot, Eli and Hinton. Take me in and out, please, sir. Y'all have a good day.
Got you that time. Let's see, we had Bruce, KE0MUS. A bunch of in and outs here. We had Henry, DW3HLI from the Philippines. Thank you for stopping by. We had Brian, KD2KAK. Maurice, KE7WWT. Joseph, KE2EHI. James, K5JLK. Of course, Eli, KQ4PYF. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. We have Tim, KD2IWN, and Frank, KJ5DXB. If we missed you, come with your call sign twice.
KE2DOS, KE2DOS, in and out.
Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo. Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo.
India Uniform Papa.
November 8, Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot. That's N8RWF. Please check me in and out. That's in and out. Good morning.
Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Foxtrot. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Foxtrot, in and out.
Okay, let's hold up there. Acknowledge this list. We had Dean, KF8DTF was in and out. Thanks for stopping by. We had Frank, KC2JPQ. Bill, N8RWF, was in and out. Thank you for stopping by. Rod, KC7IUP. Had a KW4SAG, something like that. Could you give us your call sign? Thank you, Mike. We got you that time. We have Gonzo, KQ4POK. Vincent, KE2DOS was in and out. Thank you for stopping by. And we acknowledge the other text check-ins. Let's go up to Tim, KD2IWN. In high school, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or public transportation?
Well, good evening, everybody. Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Rushing the day away. So sophomore year, I think I was still using the bus, but then by the time I was a junior, I rocked out an awesome 1976 Plymouth Volare. And my grandfather had so nicely donated my way. It needed a little work, but we got her going, and that's what we drove right through high school. 73, everybody, enjoy your day. KD2IWN.
Thank you, Tim. I hope you have a good day as well, and appreciate you being here. Let's go to Stephen, 82KP.
Mr. the Brew Crew, and Vicky, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I walked to school. This is 82KP, back to net control.
Very good, Stephen. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Let's go to Bruce, KE0MUS.
I drove to school. I saved my money, bought the neighbor's car across the street, a 1960 Chevy Impala. Had it 6 months and ran into a 56 Chevy, so it didn't last very long. But I drove to school. Back from net. Appreciate it. I think this is the first or second time I've actually participated. You guys all have a great day.
Very good, Bruce. Well, hope you become a regular, and appreciate you checking in. Hope you have a great rest of the day. KJ5DXB.
KJ5DXB, good morning to you, Bill, to Vicky, and everybody out there. Put me down for a bus, mostly the bus, so I was able to get a car. Thanks for the check-in. Everybody have a great day. KJ5DXB, back to you, Bill.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Hope you have a good day yourself, and appreciate being here. Gonzo, KQ4POK.
Good morning, Bill, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. I have to probably say I'm a bit different from most people that responded this morning, being that I was raised in New York City. I had to take the public transportation, namely the subway, to get to my high school. I think many of the kids, probably even today in the city, have to take the subway to get to their respective high school. I think the buses were more relegated for the younger kids. Back to the control, this is KQ4POK, 73 to everyone.
Very good, Gonzo. Yeah, in the city, you have a little different situation. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Mike, KW4SOG.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew from Home Space Man, Huntsville, Alabama. I buzzed the first half and drove myself in the second half. KW4SOG, back to net, 73, everybody.
Very good, Mike. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for checking in with us. Rod, KC7IUP.
Good morning, and good morning to the net. KC7IUP in Ely, Nevada. I rode my motorcycle most of the time, and when the weather was too bad, I had to ride the cage, get in my cage and drive the car. But other than that, it was the motorcycle.
Very good, Rod. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Frank, KC2JPQ, good morning.
Good morning, Bill, Vicky, and anybody listening to the brew. Most of the time I walked to school till I got into vocational school. Then they part-time drove me on a bus. Other than that, not much going on today. It's just starting to rain. Looks like we're going to get some thunderstorms today. So everybody have a good day. 7-3s. I'll send it back to the net. KC2JPQ.
Very good, Frank. Yeah, I think it's headed this way. We're supposed to get it later today, and that time of year. Have a great day. We'll acknowledge Larry, KE6MAE, Leo, K4ITA, Rex, KJ4LXJ, and Mark, W7OOD. Let's go to Larry, KE6MAE. Good morning.
Good morning, KE6MAE over here on the West Coast. I'm waking up. I'm enjoying waking up to you guys. First couple years of high school, I rode with a friend. That was cool. Way back when I went to school, he had a 55 T-Bird with a supercharger, so I felt cool right in that. Till I got my own car in my junior and senior year. Then I drove. KE6MAE.
Very good, Larry. And I'll bet your car wasn't as cool as his. Have a great day. Appreciate you joining us so early in the morning. Leo, K4ITA. K4ITA, Leo, you with us? Yeah, nothing heard. Let's go on to Rex. KJ4LXJ. Good morning.
Good morning to you and everybody else out there on the brew this morning. I drove most of the time, but sometimes when the car was broke or I couldn't afford the 70 cents a gallon gas, I'd ride the bus. KJ4LXJ, back to the net.
K4IT, recheck.
Oh, to have those prices again. Have a good day, Rex. Thanks for being here. Leo, K4ITA, good morning.
Morning, sorry about that. I left my radio on the MR mode, so sorry. Good morning from Fort Lauderdale, 82 degrees and bit cloudy, waiting for the afternoon thunderstorm. When I was a kid, I was walking to the school. It was nice. Have everybody a great day. K4ITA, hope you heard me. Bye.
No problem, Leo. I thought you were keying up there, but we weren't getting anything. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for checking in. Mark, W7OOD.
Good morning, everyone. Our school didn't have a bus, so my parents got to drive me for the first couple years of high school, and then they were very excited when I got my license and was able to drive myself. So you can put me down for driving to school. Thanks for everybody, and back to net.
Drive it is. Hope you have a good day, Mark. Appreciate you checking in. That's the bottom of this list. This is N2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York. The question of the day is, in high school, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or public transportation? New stations come with their call signs twice.
Whiskey 5, Delta Bravo Sierra. Whiskey 5, Delta Bravo Sierra.
Oscar, November Yankee 2 Oscar.
In and out.
November 5, November X-Ray Sierra, N5, NXS.
For OSU, not for Ohio State University, on Wisconsin.
Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee, VA3ERY mobile, in and out 7.
And out, please, and good morning.
Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo, KB2 UDB, Mike is Sebring via Echolink.
Kilo 5, Yankee November Uniform, K5 YNU, Mobile.
Okay, let's hold up there. Couple stations, all we got was, I think, in and out. We'll acknowledge this list. We have David, W5DBS, Ryan, NY20, Paul, N5NXS, Daryl, WB1DXN, Jerry, N4OSU, Eduardo, VA3ERY, and Jason, KB5SAV. We're both in and out. Thank you guys for stopping by. We have Mike, KB2 UDB, Florin, K5YNU in the mobile, and believe it was VE9YW. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Victor Echo 9, Yankee Whiskey. Scott here.
Okay, Scott, we'll get back to you in a minute here. And we'll run this list. Start with our mobile, Florin, K5YNU. In high school, did you walk, take a school bus, get driven, or public transportation?
Good morning, Bill, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew crew. Halfway walk, halfway public transportation. So it was a mix. Back to the net control, K5YNU mobile.
Very good, Florin. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you checking in. Let's go up top list here. David, W5DBS. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. I drove myself to high school every day, a luxury that I had at the time. W5DBS, back to the net. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thanks for being here, David, and hope you have a great day. Ryan, NY20.
Morning, this is Ryan, November Yankee 2 Oscar from Orlando, Florida. My brother drove me to school up until the age where I could drive myself, and then I drove to high school. I was the only one who could use my parents' car because I was the only one out of me and my brothers who had learned to drive manual. So I got to drive the nice car to school. NY20.
Very good, Ryan. Yeah, I wonder how many kids can drive a stick today. Have a great day. Paul, N5NXS.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I started out on the bus, but when my big brother got the driver's license, I started riding with him to do my junior year at least, and then we moved, and I was driving myself the senior year.
Very good, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great day. Daryl, WB1DXN. Good morning.
Good morning to the brew crew, and I'm going to have my brew here shortly. Got up a tad earlier today to get it a little earlier, I guess, but not yet. Back to school there. That was the first couple of years. Older brother took us to school, and then after that he graduated, and we had our own car, and so that's the way that was. And grew up also on the farm, and so knew how to drive a stick shift, and probably could still do it today, even though I haven't done it for a long, long time. Back to net control, WB1 DXN to DXN. Have a good day, all.
Very good, Daryl. Yeah, that's something you don't usually forget, and like riding a bicycle will come back to you. Have a great day. Jerry, N4 OSU, good morning.
Good morning, Wall. I used to go to school on a streetcar. I bet you never heard of that. N4 OSU, we're down.
Very good, Jerry. No, that's a first on here today. Hope you have a great one. Thanks for checking in. Mike, KB2 UDB, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and the Brew Crew and those in the Zoom room. Junior, senior year. Junior year, if spots are available, it's like a pool, a carpool. You put in, if you get the winning ticket, you get a parking spot. Otherwise, it was seniors first. So, yes, I ended up driving the last 2 years of school over there at Pelmac. All right, take care. Thanks for doing the net. We'll talk to you later. KB2, UDB, back to net.
Well, thanks for checking in, Mike. And, yeah, we started driving school. I think we were the first year, had our own student parking lot. And, boy, in the winter, that thing got to be a mess. A friend of mine had an old 66 Ford, and we parked around the school, the loops, and one of the buses took the whole side of his car out. Have a great day. Scott, VE9YW, looks like you're new to the system. Welcome. VE9YW, Scott, you still with us? Yeah, I guess he was in and out. Let's go to Marson, NAMJN, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bill, everybody on the brew. This is N8MJN. In high school, freshman, sophomore year, I was huffing it, and then after that, junior year, a friend of mine drove me, and I drove my own car senior year. Dad, I sent it back to net control. Everybody have a great day, and weekend can't come soon enough. 73s, N8MJN.
Very good, Marson. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you being here. Kenneth, AB4KT.
Good morning, everybody. This is Alpha Bravo 4 Kilo Tango Ken in the Villages, Florida. I didn't own a car until I was well out of high school and paid for it myself. Everybody have a good day. Thank you.
Very good, Kenneth. Hope you have a great day. Appreciate you checking in. Let's see. Got time for one or two more. Call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles. Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles, mobile in and out.
N5 DRT. N5 DRT, in and out.
W2KJV.
Kilo India 5 EVA, Kilo India 5 EVA, in and out.
Kilo 9 Tango Juliet Sierra Kane TJS, in and out.
Okay, let's hold it up there. Well, now it's some in and outs. We had Thomas, K9 TJS. Believe it was Jacob, KI in and out. Kurt, N5 DRT was in and out. Let's go to Art, N2 UHI. Good morning.
I was in and out also. Have a good day, N2 UHI.
Very good, Art. Hope you have a great day. Appreciate you checking in. And see, Vicky made a correction. It was KI5JDA. Bob, thank you for stopping by. Let's go to one of our team members, Tony, W2KJV.
Good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew. I walked to high school, all throughout high school. Back to you, Net Control, W2KJV.
Very good, Tony. Hope you have a great day. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. 10 a.m. today, 20 meter net, 14.317. And tonight, I believe, is the Ask an Elmer, Be an Elmer in the Zoom room. I'd like to thank everybody for checking in today. On behalf of Scott, Vicky, and myself, the rest of the crew, hope everybody has a great day and appreciate you being here. This N2BH, returning the reflector back to normal use.
KB2WGC, put me in for in and out, please.
Oh, Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo, mobile, in and out.
KR4COH, Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie Oscar Hotel.
Mike 7, Yankee Zulu Bravo, mobile, in and out.